Well, I'm John Lyons, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of my experience with the TR3. First of all, if the ground's perfect, if we have absolutely perfect ground, it really doesn't take a great piece of equipment, to work that ground to get it rideable. Most of us don't have perfect ground every place that we ride or in our arenas, and so what I look for is a piece of equipment that will do several different things. Number one is that it will last. In other words, if I work the ground, that I don't have to repair the equipment after I work the ground. Two is that it'll actually work the ground. I can't give you a better demonstration than what we had in our arena here last night. It had rained, there were a bunch of dirt clods, and this ground just turns to rock. And I mean, the ground is so amazingly hard. Now, I've got several different types of pieces of equipment. I've used rototillers, like a garden rototiller, heavy duty rototiller. We've used that on this ground, and it works, but the problem is it takes about 9 hours, 8 to 9 hours to do this 3-acre arena. And then at the end of that, I have to repair the rototiller because it wears out the teeth in the rototiller. Actually, and it'll start out with 2.5-inch blades, and it'll go down to about a 1/2-inch blade, which is about a $350 bill. So when that ground gets that hard, I've just not found any piece of equipment other than the TR3, which I can actually show you how that actually worked. I mean, I spent about 2 hours last night on this arena, and where it was absolutely not rideable at all, it is now rideable, and people were using it last night, and they're doing a clinic in it today. So the TR3, I just can't say enough about it as far as doing a great job on a normal arena. But if you're like me, if you have places that are not normal, an arena that is not the perfectly manicured arena, and yet you need to make it rideable, the TR3 is outstanding. Even from last night, zero wear on the piece of equipment, zero damage, zero wear, and that's such a huge thing, because once I use the equipment, if I have to stop and fix it or repair it, or I see a lot of wear, then the piece of equipment is just going to wear out sooner. So, I mean, I absolutely love this thing. Now, I don't use it just on the arena. We have, Jody and I have about 65 acres here, and we're doing lots of projects, lots of improving projects from down at the river. We're working on clearing land, and once I clear all the land off with the bulldozer, then I come back with the TR3 and smooth it out, and I'll show you that area. I use it on open fields where I'm trying to get it, actually get the ground ready to plant grass on. So I use it for that. I've used it on developing some trail areas. It's just great for that, because once I get the brush out of the way and I bring the TR3 through it once or twice, then it really clears it off, and it makes it level, and it really makes it nice. So I don't use my TR3 like a lot of trainers, and that would be in a perfectly manicured arena where the ground's perfect and everything's hunky-dory. I use the heck out of this thing, and I abuse it, to some extent, and I just can't tell you enough of how much I respect this piece of equipment and how well it works. It's just a terrific piece of equipment, and I would recommend it to anybody for any kind of arena. If you've got the perfect place, congratulations. It'll do perfect for you. If you don't have the perfect place, and you don't have the perfect soil, and you don't have the perfect ground, it will do outstanding for you. It is a great, great piece of equipment. So I'm glad and tickled to recommend it to anybody.